Alright, so we know the drill. I've got to check our audio, make sure everything's coming in clearly, or I'll have that real deep voice. So let me see if I can double check here, make sure we're good. Perfect. Glad. Alright, let me get my stuff switched over right fast. Believe it or not, I forgot today was Friday. I thought today was Thursday. So I uploaded that previous video on the survival fishing traps, and I completely forgot about the live stream. Really thought today was Thursday, guys, so I apologize for that. Get the thing set up here. All right. So that is why we are running late today, unfortunately. All right, getting those weeds under control. Survival preparedness for beginners, negative. It is a non-stop battles with the weeds in the garden. It really is. I'll weed it real nice one day, and I water it down very good, and then the next day it's growing back. I'm like, well, I just did that yesterday, so I'm not going to do it today. I'll wait till the next day, and then it's just every row is just full of weeds. So it's a never-ending cycle. Now, there's plenty of other ways that you can deal with weeds. You can always lay that plastic down, things like that, and put dirt, potting soil down on it. I want to go just basic as can be. We were not intending on having a garden this year. We were just going to be here momentarily and then head out to Wyoming. In Wyoming, we're going to be running greenhouses out there. So it wasn't expected, but since we had all this stuff going on in the country, we said, you know what? I'm going to get a garden in the ground. Christopher Lee, good to see you. Yes. Again, I just got that video uploaded. That video took a while, guys. I started this morning, and it was after 3 o'clock before the export on the video was complete, putting all the clips together and everything. It just took forever. I was just going to do one trap at a time and do separate videos. I probably should have, but I wanted to kind of put everything all together, but trying to go over every step of how the traps are made and put it to a lengthy video. I think it was like 20 minutes long. So I apologize for the length on that one, but I wanted to make sure I got all the information in it. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that video near the water. We do have swampy area and stuff like that about a mile from us. Unfortunately, with everything going on, we don't go out hardly at all. The only time we really go out is if we have to go to the P.O. box, or we had to go grocery shopping a couple weeks ago. I did that one video, and that's about it. I mean, we don't go out. I've been to storage a couple times, but there's no one at the storage facility. We just drive up. We don't see anybody. We don't talk to anybody. Go to our storage locker, get whatever supplies we need, and come back home. So it is Friday night, and everybody is tearing up the roads for that. I guess they don't want to do the safer at home either. They just want to ride around. But, all right, let me see what we got here in the chat, guys. Our chat is moving a little bit slower than usual, but it does work. So, all right. All right, looks like everything's operational. Please feel free to any comments, questions, things like that you guys want to get some in-depth information on. Please feel free. I will do my best to answer anything I can. And of course, if I can't answer it, I'll say I can't answer it. Yes, I do need a shave. I have not shaved in 2 days, and I got a good growth going on, so I need a shave. But I haven't been out anywhere, so I don't need to wear my N95 mask or anything like that. So since I'm just here at the house, I don't really worry too much about it. If I had to go out, though, I would shave. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So after this live stream, I'm going to start doing the members live stream. I mentioned that in the other video. After our normal Friday night live stream, I want to shutting this one down at the end of it, And then after a couple minutes, I get a new link popped up, and it'll be posted in the community section. The members should get notified about the new live stream. Same with videos, stuff like that. Um, but in case they don't, it'll at least be popped up in the community section, and they'll be able to just click on the link. Now, that link will be in the members community section, guys. Just so y'all know, it won't be in the regular community tab. It'll be in the members only community section. That's where that link will be when we do those streams. Sometimes it's hard to keep videos short or at 10 minutes or less when you're trying to get content in. Yeah, survival preparedness, absolutely. I guess if I talked faster and had everything pre-made, but like the snares and stuff like that, I want to show the assembly of everything. I don't want to just have all the pieces here. Here you go. This is what you got, and this is how you make it. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'm one of those. If I'm watching how something's done, I want to see the whole process. Then I retain all the information. Just show me pieces. I want to retain that information. Josh, how's it going, buddy? Definitely good to see you, man. Update on our garden though. I don't know if you guys remember, we had gotten a whole box. It was our first mail call, actually. Right, it was right. I believe it was the day before we left Apopka. We got a big box of popcorn seed, corn, and I went ahead and got those out. We went ahead and planted those today, actually. So I don't know. We'll see how those go. See if they grow and keep an eye on the plants and stuff like that. So we did put that into the garden. Sherry, how's it going? Man, I got bugs flying at me. I changed the light in and around this time. I got a really bright white light right there. And I got the other LED light back there in the back. So hopefully I don't turn orange. Third Coast Prepper, hello from Corpus Christi, Texas. How's it going? Good to see you. Sherry, you planting a garden? Yes, I've had a garden going for, I don't know what, month and a half, 2 months, something like that. I think about 2 months. But today I went ahead and put some of those corn seeds. I put those in as well. Those are what we got through our mail call a while back, right before we left Apopka. And I want to see if I can grow those too. I mean, we do have corn growing. I believe those are Bantams that are actually growing right now. I think that's what was in that seed, survival garden seed packet from Amazon. I think they're Bantam. They're all heirloom. So if Bantam's not heirloom, then it's not a Bantam, but I think it was. But yeah, we have a playlist dedicated just for the garden. Northwest Olympics got seed sprouting. Definitely good. Definitely good. I've never had any problem with corn, putting corn directly into the ground, and they've always came up. Some of your other seeds, it's probably best to sprout them first and transfer them in. I've had better luck with like our eggplant that we just got finished planting, and our spinach and lettuce, sprouting those first, then put them into the soil, because for some reason those seeds are so small, they get lost every time. Now, last year when I was trying to grow carrots, this real fine carrot seeds, I tried planting them in a pot first so I can sprout them. And in the process of removing them, separating them, because they don't like being bunched up together, and putting them in the ground, I just had a hard time with it. So with them, I try to go directly into the ground with. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Right now, I'm not seeing much life as far as our carrots are concerned, but everything else is doing good. What else do we have come up? Squash. Our squash finally started coming up. They finally broke ground. I planted those seeds about 2 weeks ago, and I gave up on them. I mean, nothing ever happened. I'm like, well, I don't know why it's taking so long on these, because everything else has popped out just like that within a couple of days. So I went ahead and planted some more in a little potting soil mix, and they just came up. But when I went to go check where I was going to put them, that row was designated for the squash. I got 4 plants right now growing right there. So, of course, when they get a little bit healthier, I'll move them out and spray some out a little bit. What else we got here? All right, I'm just checking the chat right fast, guys. Um, Real quick piece of news. This Sunday, as long as everything stays the same, um, I will be over there on West Virginia Prepared Mind, WV Prepared Mind. She's going to be doing a live stream Sunday night, which would be, I think it's 8 o'clock my time. So about this time right now, Sunday night, I'll be over there on her channel doing a live stream collaboration with her. Looking for good vegetables to pickle. I don't like pickled at all. I know some people like it. I just don't like the taste of pickled food at all, to be honest. Fresh is good with me. I don't care for pickled. Dehydrated. I had someone ask about dehydrating. We got our garden set up where it does every 2 weeks. I don't think I'm gonna have an overflow of ripe vegetables all at one time, so we're not really gonna be doing much dehydrating this year for anything. Now, when we get a bigger setup in place, we're gonna be doing a lot of canning for sure. Um, but yeah, I'm not much of a pickle individual. Let's see what we got. I may have. Hold on, let me check my phone too because sometimes I miss the chats here. All right. So yeah, guys, we will be over there. Unless I hear differently, I talked to WV yesterday, and we're going to do a stream over there. I'm not going to go over the topic. I'm going to let her break that information. I will say that one of the things I am going to talk about is this cultured meat, that lab-grown meat. We've heard about, I've talked about it in the past. Watch and see if we don't see a push on that this year. With everything going on in the country right now, with the stuff with China, the connection with the pork industry, the shutdown being China owned, we're going to see that lab meat pushed on American citizens really hard and very fast. It's going to be opened up through the doors a lot. Now, when they came out with that stuff, they talked about how great it was for the country. You know, the environment is less pollution because you don't need animals, things like that. They never really go over the eating of it. Okay, that's what really has me concerned. J Stone 78, how you doing? It's good to see you. I did check out your channel the other day. I did not see anything new over there. I know you've been real busy and stuff, but I always check in because I don't get notifications anymore. Ever since they put you listed as a child content on the, what was the name of that stuff? I had just had a vapor lock when Copa came involved on YouTube so hard and hit everybody. Yeah, I don't get any notifications from your channel anymore. But I'll still go over there and check it out. The horrible lab meat. That's what I'm thinking. South Florida, how's it going, buddy? Don, how's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, this lab meat, guys, it's created from stem cells. Okay, you have to have tissue to create these things. I'm not on board with this at all. Nothing new lately, just helping people, but I'm always here. All right, good to see you, Jay Stone. I'm definitely glad you're here. Um, but the whole thing about growing these things from stem cells, I know they've been pushing stem cell research for years, and they keep on pushing the environment. It's why it's going to be so great. It's going to be good for the environment, all this other stuff. Well, when you really break it down, the amount of energy that it takes to create all the machinery, all of the power, all of the equipment, all that stuff. All right, well, machinery and equipment kind of goes together, but trucking, supplies, things like that is actually worse on the environment than having a cow. Okay, so they keep on trying to. That's the biggest argument they got, is that it's going to save the planet. It's going to be cleaner, and now their new research is developing. Now it says no, it's actually going to be worse because of all the activity that it takes to grow this stuff. Don, I'm not eating nothing grown and no lab. That's for sure. I'm not either. The big thing that I'm worried about is it's going to get pushed on us. All right. I'm worried about our farmers and ranchers, to be honest. They keep on pushing on these guys, making it more and more difficult for an individual to run and operate these things. And I'm worried that with all the stuff that's going on, I mean, we all know what I'm talking about here. All right. You got to be careful what you say because I got dinged so many times talking about this topic, the Charlie Victor. All right. So I don't go into it that much. But when I say, you know what topic I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. I believe it's a real thing. Yeah. I believe it was set upon the countries. Absolutely. I don't believe this was accidentally released or mutated and then, oh, someone got sick and it spread. No, this was perfectly planned. That's my belief. I don't have no evidence on it, none whatsoever. It's just I'm looking at it and I can see connect the dots and I'm like, yeah, this was definitely set up the way it was. They want the farmers gone. Absolutely. Of course they do. If you control the food, you control the water, control the power, you can control the masses. Now, most people can live without power, all right, except for medical stuff, people that have medical condition. You control that food. You can manipulate anything. All right, so this stuff's being lab grown. All right. What else have they done to it? All right, we still don't know the full extent of GMOs. Okay. There was no human trial testings and all that stuff. They just put it in the population. All right. You see tumors, cancer, everything grow massively as far as the amount of people. How can they predict a first or even second wave if they're not doing it? It makes no sense. Exactly, Jason. Exactly. This stuff is they're doing it for a reason. Now, is it a real bug? Absolutely, I believe it is. But I still think they released. I mean, we knew it was coming. They left everything open. We see stimulus or the stimulus packet. It's going to be all good now because you get $1,200. And then what? Okay, so just make them feel good. Give them $1,000. They'll be all right with it. Go pay your bills with it. All right, go pay your bills. It's gonna help the economy. Paying the bills ain't gonna help the economy at all. All right, if you look at it, paying the power bill is not helping the economy. Your regular commerce is what helps the economy, not in the power bill. I'm not saying don't pay your power bill because unless you got solar and stuff like that, it's gonna suck. It's summertime. But back to the GMOs and stuff, we don't know what all it does. I mean, we see a lot of testings and stuff, independent testing, that they're talking about. They always stop at a certain, I think it's like the 4 month mark every time they've ever done a animal testing with GMOs. Well, independent ones have done lengthier ones, and the tumors and stuff like that started developing. The sterility, all that stuff has fallen into place with the long-term studies, but they keep on wiping those out from underneath the table. Same thing is going to go on with this cultured meat, this lab meat, guys. It's going to be the exact same thing. All right. Now, I usually try to stick with the prep and stuff like this, but this is some of the stuff we're going to be discussing there on WV's channel Sunday night. Trucker JP, how's it going, bud? Who done this? All right. I think I got everybody. So we're going to be talking about stuff like that. We're going to be talking about the dairy farmers here in Florida that were dumping the milk. Also, other farmers that are chopping up their fields. Which that one right there, guys. Now I do know the dairy farmers were dumping the milk, and there's a reason behind that. Believe it or not, it's not because we got an abundance of it. We're going to go in more details on WV's channel on Sunday night, but these guys can't just go take it to a grocery store. They have to take it from point A to point B, and then it goes to point C. Well, if point B is taken out of the equation, farmer and market can't connect. All right, that's just how our system is. So unless they had farmers market everywhere so they can go take it, but even that has to be pasteurized. All that stuff still has to be done. Well, without that centerpiece, it falls apart. which was intentional. All right. The reason I bring that up is everyone keeps on going, well, you sit there and say it's going to be a food shortage, but they're dumping food. They're chopping up their fields. There's still going to be a food shortage. We have a lot of farmers right here on this channel that they've been giving us information since last year when all that rain and stuff was hitting them, all that flooding and stuff was hitting them out in the Midwest. Their crop numbers were nowhere close to what the FDA, was it FDA? Well, one of those alphabet guys, the agricultural, none of that was even close to what they were projecting or saying was going on. I mean, they were like 30, 35 points below. Ice Age Farmers been covering this for a very long time, and they pulled up a lot of great numbers. Is that a WV's channel there, Jay Stone? Hold on a second, guys. Let me check and make sure. All right, perfect. Thank you so much for putting that up there for me. Try to get my thing back up here. All right, thanks, Jason. I do appreciate that. Now, going back to the farmers. All right, so it's April right now. We're seeing these video clips of them chewing up, they're running the blade disc through their fields, cutting down all these huge plants and all this stuff. In what country? I don't know any fields right now that are fully grown like that in the middle of April. We just had that huge winter storm that went all over the United States. Where is that being grown at? Where is that being chopped up at? It's not here. I guarantee you it's not here. So there's a lot of manipulation going on here. All right. Once you dig into things, you'll see a lot of things going on. All right. I'm not going to cover it on this one. We're going to do that on WV's. Me and her has been talking about. We're going to get some articles and stuff, because she's able to pull up those articles for y'all on hers, because my computer, it's a remanufactured one. Every time I try to pull up an article, it chokes down my computer and I can't. It just freezes up. So since this is a cheaper computer, we won't be doing that here, but we will definitely be doing it over there. Don, one of the local milk distributors here in Tampa Bay area, had to dump 40,000 gallons of milk. Yes, Don. I believe that is where I saw that report come out of, was Tampa. It was about 2 weeks ago when I actually first read it. And then I saw other people pick it up, and they kind of ran with it. Instead of actually taking a look at why they actually had to dump it, they just ran with it. We have too much food as it is. That's why they're having to dump it. We don't have too much food. Part of that supply chain is missing right now. So they can't go from production to market yet. From the fields to growing, the actual making of, it's got to go to a process first. Process and plant, can and plant, and then go to market. They ran with, well, they shut down the restaurants. That's why they're having to throw away all the food. Yes and no, okay? One, that food doesn't go directly to the restaurant, all right? The dairy truck doesn't back up to the restaurant and start pumping out the big tank. It's got to go somewhere first, all right? That's where the actual issue is in those plants. A lot of those plants, the workers are not there, all right, because of the Charlie Victor. They're just not there. So they can't run the plants. Now, a lot of these plants are automated, but they can't run it without the staff. So you kind of get where I'm hitting around on that one. But we're going to save the rest of that for WV's channel. It's going to be good. She's got a lot more topics that she will talk about. She sent me some links. They're trying to pass some laws and stuff that I don't know if they're executive orders or not, but they're definitely some orders that she sent me. I got to look into them a little bit further, what she's talking about. That don't, one, they're not constitutional, but ever since the Disaster and Emergency Act, it makes them constitutional. Well, they surpass the Constitution. So we're going to cover that. I've got to dig into that just a little bit more, because it's the first time I've heard of them. Well, these particular ones, so we're going to definitely cover that. Excuse me. It was all the milk they could not sell due to the fact of the closing of all the restaurant bars and everything else. Yeah, Don, I did see how they were saying that. Absolutely. I did see where they were saying that a lot of the farmers, well, their report was because of all the schools were shut down, All the restaurants were shut down. They also put in a hospital. I don't know why they put hospitals on that equation, because the hospitals were still operational, but it's still the link. I want to address that link. That middle link is what's missing in our food chain right now, and a lot of it's because of this scare. And I'm not saying it's not real. I'm just saying that the way they've done this is going to affect our food supply very soon. Excuse me. And we are definitely going to be missing out as far as shortages and stuff. There's going to be a lot of shortages. And there's the wife in the background.
Hi. I'll just say hi to everyone. I'm fixing to get cleaned up. I just had a workout, so I'm a mess.
Me, I don't work out. I just had a big box of oatmeal pie cookies, Little Debbie's. Yeah, I finished that sucker off in 2 days. Oh yeah, fat boy eating. Too many middlemen, and I am a yeah. Let's see what else we got here, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be discussing that, and I will be able to get those links up and stuff. We will pull up those articles when we get onto WV's channel on that. Hopefully, the video I did earlier today was all right for everybody. I'm like I said, I was originally going to break it up in 3 different pieces, and we decided to just go with one whole video, so I can put all the fishing traps and things like that in one video instead of 3. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Had a tickle in my throat there. Lois Young, how's it going? Definitely good to see you. Long time no see. Oranda B. Hey, I definitely appreciate you resubscribing, even though that they unsubscribed you 3 times today and unsubscribed you previous before. I definitely appreciate you checking on that. Yeah, it's been hitting. I've been getting nailed too on other people's channel. I haven't heard from them in a while, and I go to their channel, and yeah, I'm unsubscribed. So yeah, it's been happening across the board for sure. It's crazy that they did it 3 times in a row today on you. Don, hospitals are actually hurting right now. The hospital my wife works at, as a RN, is at a 40% census right now. Man, I definitely know their supplies are definitely low. I understand that. That stuff on his last video really worked. Northwest Olympic, yeah. And I did read your comment, man. I've been in some bad spots myself. When I was riding freight train across the country, I've been busted up before and barely able to walk. I've had to use snares and stuff like that to actually get game so I can actually eat. It's something good to have in your back of the head, because I did travel with a fishing rod set on my gear, and I threw my gear off a train one time because it was going down into a train yard, and I didn't want to get caught by the bull. So I dove off. It's called eating shit, and you do all those ballast stones, you're gonna get tore up. I jumped off that sucker, and my rod get all busted up. So yeah, I don't sit out there with a little cane pole. I'll just do those little snap those traps and stuff. So the good one about the fishing one, the fishing pole with a tree, like a regular spring snare, you can set those and walk away. All right, because it sets that hook, and it helps lift them up out of the water. Joe, how's it going, buddy? Late to the game. Joe, I was late to the game too. I did not get started on our normal time, and I apologize, guys, for that. I did forget today was Friday. I really thought today was Thursday, and I just happened to look down at my phone, and it said Friday. I'm like, oh, crap. What else we got here? Now, I am sure that there's some more fishing traps and things like that you can use. Those are the ones that I've used in the past, and they've actually worked very well. Well, for me, I've never had any problem. I've seen people make the fish baskets. Okay, it's kind of like the same idea as a minnow trap and stuff. You know, the ones I showed on the film, and taking a soda bottle in the same way. But I've never had any luck with those. Okay, weaving the basket, putting the funnel in. I've never had any luck as far as catching a fish with that. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's just I've never been able to catch anything with that. Same with funneling in. Looks like you got a lot of sticks sticking up out of the ground, making a funnel in the water, and game would go in but won't come back out. That worked best for me with tide pools. It never worked for me as far as right in the river, stuff like that. But I have seen those fish baskets and stuff were really good on waterfalls, you know, or where the water sloughs in to a rock formation. I've seen them work for that, but I haven't had any luck. That's the only reason we didn't put that in the video, because unless I've done it myself and know it works, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say, yes, yeah, guys, this is going to work if I haven't actually got it to work myself. ABQ Skies, how's it going? I got me some crawdad cages built out of the real fine chicken wire. Yeah, actually, that works very well. And if you're in brackish or salt water, works great for crabs too. You can make crab boxes and stuff. Well, we say good night. Everyone had a great night. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep powder dry. God bless. Don, I definitely appreciate you being here, man. Southern Boy Prepper, how's it going? Hey, bro, I picked up a 12-pack of auto reels and a cast net from Walmart. Fish trap will work too. I have never successfully used a cast net. I'm not really well, I guess you call a water baby. I don't mess around with salt water. I'm terrified of sharks. All right, I just do not get in salt water. Fresh water, I've never had a problem with the rod and reel. I've never done the cast net. I would like to learn how, but I've never learned how to do it. I made gill nets and stuff like that before. I did not have the materials here to make a gill net to show that on that video. Maybe I'll get some material and actually show how you can make your own gill net and stuff. Some of the cages are made. They got 2 funnels on each end point, and if they crawl in, they're just hard time crawling out. And I can put some bait in another little cargo so they can't eat it. I do like the idea of the bait in a little cage. That's actually pretty cool, because it keeps them in place and attracts more. The traps I got right now, by the time they eat everything in it, nothing else is going to be coming for it. So I do like that. I've been canning everything. Oh, hold on. I've been canning everything now since they started shutting down the meat packing plants. I went to a smaller butcher shop, grabbed a few big bundles, and found that they have stocks. Oranda. Excuse me. I'm not sick. I swallowed a piece of dip earlier, and it's still bothering my throat. That's what that is. That's a good idea. We actually found a lot of meat at one of our local smaller grocery stores. They got their own butcher shop in it, stuff like that. That's where we got a lot of our fresh meat. So yeah, that is a very good idea. Third Coast Prepper, I actually caught a snapping turtle in Louisiana with a bamboo pole, a large hook, and a garden worm. I felt sorry for it and let it back into the pond. I've eaten turtle. I haven't ever had snapping turtle, but I've eaten turtle. I ate a lot of turtle and a lot of frogs there in Mexico. Going old school. Hello, everybody new to the live stream. Well, definitely welcome to the live stream. We all hang out here. If you have questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. If I don't have an answer for you, I'm sure someone else in our chat will have an answer for you, or direct you to where an answer will be at. Everybody's here is a real good bunch of people. Glad to have you here with us. Let's see here. Grab what you can. We haven't left in 30 days. Yeah, Joe, I was fixing to ask you how long have y'all still been in your quarantine? We can cast net for 5 gallons of shrimp a day in Louisiana. That's a lot of food. Yes, that is a lot of food. 5 gallons of shrimp definitely is. That's all crawfish is, guys. It's just freshwater shrimp, pretty much miniaturized freshwater lobster. It tastes like shrimp. I actually had someone say they didn't like crawfish. I'm like, you're crazy. Crawdads are awesome. Hoping to go macro fishing this summer. I have never been macro fishing. I'm all freshwater, bass, brim, catfish, trout. That's about my range of fishing. I don't get into the delicate. Crawfish likes bacon for bait. I think everything likes bacon for bait, but I am not about to waste my bacon. I mean, I like crawfish. I like my bacon better. Target has fishing gear and camping gear, 70% clearance too. That's awesome. Our Target that I went to, I did a video on. No, I think I did some photos on our community page about 2 months back. Our Target had like two small aisles of camping equipment, and that was just on one side, and on the other side, you're walking between them down the aisle, and it was only maybe 6 feet long. It was I couldn't believe how small the camping section was. Need to get some fishing gear for my preps. Yeah, we do have regular fishing gear. I wanted to go with just what you usually had on hand with that video, like what you usually would keep in your bug out bag. Just about everyone keeps fishing line, hooks, sinkers, rope, of course. And now when it came down to the 2 liter bottle, I was explaining you will find trash like that everywhere. I found bottles, 6-pack wrappers, all that stuff in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's just amazing how trash can accumulate and go everywhere. We still have 6 quarts of that shelf-stable milk unopened. We have froze our expired eggs. I have never tried eggs after an expiration date. I'm sure that it will be okay as long as they haven't, had a range of temperatures. But I've never eaten eggs that way. The shelf-stable milk, though, I do like. We went ahead. We had quite a bit of that, but we also went ahead and got powdered milk. To me, powdered milk tastes like skim milk, and it lasts for a very long time. I do like the Augustin Farms evaporated milk that they have. They have really good tasting milk. I've drank it. My kids have drank it. It's good milk, but we did not have any of that, unfortunately. So we used just regular powdered milk. You guys ain't rappers. You're a prepper. Yeah. I can't rap. Not at all. I put them in a glass of water and see if they float. If they float, no. ABQ Skies, are you referring to the frozen egg? They were dated 2/29. We put them in paper cups, scramble them. That's what they said to do. I do not have any information on that, Joe, at all. I'm not really sure. I don't mess around with eggs as far as when they get close to date and past date. I don't mess with them. I don't like getting sick on bad food, but I don't really know. I don't know an answer to that one. I think ABQ Skies was given a tip on that. I think that's what he was talking about. Your eggs can be frozen. Okay. Adam Brown, sub CFP. Not much, man. How's it going? Check the end caps. Sometimes even by the toys. Got 4 people tent for $19. Wow, that is a good buy. Full fishing kit with collapsible rod, only 14. And for some reason, I hear a frog. That's weird. I actually hear a bullfrog. That's crazy. All right. I don't know about frozen eggs. I just know that's how you can test a regular egg. Could be wrong. It might be if it sinks. Might be my next dinner, Joe. Yeah, it's definitely a bullfrog. It's got its own sound. I'll tell you guys the easiest way to catch frogs, straight up, easiest way I found. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I gotta sound like a cat choking over here. Give me a second. I'm not a cat person. I'm guessing that was a hairball because when I went over there, the sucker took off. I thought it was a frog. It was a cat trying to hack up something. That's what I was hearing. Uh, what was I talking about? Oh, frogs. All right. So when I was down outside of Lake Amistad, outside of Acuna, Mexico, there's a little creek that came off of Lake Amistad to where I was camping at. And I hear these frogs all night long. It's before those javelinas came running through my campsite. Get you a big stick. I mean, real long, well, longer than that. Real long stick, good girth to it. Sit out there with your flashlight, flash it on that water. They'll pop up, knock the crap out of them. It'll stun them, if not kill them the first time. But even stun, after the water settles, they'll float to the top, grab them right up. Easiest thing in the world. They're not very smart. Frog tastes like chicken. I like frog legs. Frog legs are good. If you crack one or two in the freezer bag, take the air out, you can freeze them. Talking about the eggs. Yes, frog prep. That's what we did. All right. Yeah, I like a frog. I don't know if they taste like chicken. I know that the meat texture is kind of like chicken, but I don't have very good taste buds, so I couldn't really tell you what it tasted like. The texture alone was kind of like chicken. Like whack-a-mole game. Exactly, Joe. Exactly the same thing. Because when you throw that light on them, their eyes reflect back at you. And then you can zero in on them, knock the crap out of them. Works every time. We go frogging at night. For bullfrogs, we normally get a snack from Louisiana canals. Frog egg is what we use. Caught them with my hands as well. Good to have a canoe. Yes, when I was younger, we did some frog gigging too. We also know another guy that went frog gigging and he fell out of his boat. Actually flipped the whole boat over. And it was a flat bottom boat, believe it or not. I don't know how you do that, but he managed to. But yeah, we used to gig too. The stream that I was at was not very wide, was not very deep, so I could actually sit on the bank. And actually, I could reach the other side of the stream with a stick. So I just sit there and I just went to town on them. Frog legs, garlic, and butter. Well, mine was just boiled frog legs. I didn't have no garlic or butter or anything like that. Yeah, texture. Yeah, it definitely has a chicken texture for sure. All right, so what's we got here, guys? Just scrolling through the chat to make sure I did not miss anybody. So I got to do a lot more weeding in the garden. It has come back fierce. I mean, I pulled probably every single blade of grass out of there. You can't even tell I've done anything to the garden now. It's just so much grass, so much weed has come up. It's just crazy. It really is. Central Banker, how's it going, brother? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I have been catching the replays on your live streams, man. Most of the time when you're on, I am nowhere near my phone, but I have been able to catch your shows. Definitely good to see you. Lois Young, how are you and Miss CFP doing? We're doing good. We really are. Uh, our weather's been bouncing around a lot here. It's not like it was in Central Florida. I used to live out in this area before. It gets hot during the daytime. It cools off at night, which is nice. I mean, you can actually sleep. When I was in Apopka, this time of year, it's just hot all the time. That humidity is what's so bad, guys. It really is. Uh, Scotland. Grant, how's it going? Definitely good to see you. Um, how's it like over there in Scotland? My wife's family's heritage is Scotland. Well, Scots Irish, so she loves everything about it. We're about to get heavy rains. Word again about the garden. Southern Boy Prepper. We're supposed to be getting rain possibly all week. That is one of the reasons why I worked on that fishing trap video today. It was the only time I had good weather. I did have some wind sound that was, hitting the camera a lot. I couldn't do nothing about that, but we're supposed to get rain for about a week up here. So I don't know if it's going to be heavy rain the entire time, or if it's just going to be the Florida spit rain and keep on moving. Don't know yet. That's why we got the video done today. But I went ahead, how my rows go one direction and then they turn and go across on the bottom with the corn and stuff. I went ahead today and flooded the entire garden to see where I got standing water at. I went ahead and dug ruts through the other rows so I had water release, kind of like an irrigation system. I went ahead and did that today just to get that water through the garden as quickly as possible, because I had spots that had built up on, sit up on that last row of the corn. Well, if you're looking from my end, you'll see all the, see the cantaloupe and everything on one end, the corn's at the far end. All that water would push up against that first row of those corns down to the far end. So I went ahead and made canals basically today so that the water flows through. But I still got to get in there and weed. I really do, guys. It's gotten really bad. I'm growing lots of vegetables and fruit, Grant. I've never grown fruit. I've always grown vegetables. I don't know if it's the same process or not, so I can't tell anybody that it's just as easy. I really couldn't do that. I would like to learn how to grow fruit. I don't know if it's the same process or not, as far as I know it is, but I could be wrong. So that'd be really nice to start growing fruit. Well, cantaloupe, I guess, is a fruit. Watermelon, is that a fruit or a vegetable? I'm thinking fruit, maybe. Could be. I don't know. So we do have cantaloupe and we do have watermelon. So I don't know if those are fruits or not, but those are planted. They're actually doing good. It's about time to plant here in Albuquerque, I believe. Central Banker, hey brother, I really do appreciate that, man. That means a lot to us. You never have to do that, man, but I do appreciate the super chat. It's really cool of you. Like I said, I hate I keep on missing your live streams. Usually when you're doing your live streams, for those who don't know Central Banker, hopefully you already know who he is. He covers news and events pretty much all throughout the day. At least he used to always, every time something new was coming on, it'll only be a couple minutes, but he'll still get that information out. And usually I was getting most of my news feeds from him before the news ever covered it, because it'd be 3-4 hours later they'd be talking about it. But I've been watching Central Banker for a long time, actually, a little over a year now. I skipped somebody here. All right, my mom's pool is always full with frogs this time of year. Before they drain it to fill it for the year, I'll have to tell her to hold off. We'll see how the frog food shortages play out. Good idea, actually. Won't be long. You'll be Wyoming bound. Lois, I wished. I was really hoping to be in Wyoming this spring. It's not going to happen. There's just no way. We've had to get into our funds as far as our build funds. I've been out of work for 2 months now, right at 2 months. My wife's been out of work for about 6 weeks, somewhere around there. It's about 2 weeks after I got laid off because of all this stuff when they shut down everything. See, I was working at an amusement park. So when they shut me down, she was still working in the restaurant where she's a waitress. And they kept her for about 2 weeks and they cut her. So we've had to dip in some of our backups on that. And plus, with until they open up everything, everything's good. I don't want to be traveling around and get something. To be honest, my immune system is one of the worst. If there is a cold, if there's a flu, anything like that, I get. It never fails. All right. Now, right now we do good because the only time I go out is when I am going out to storage. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not touching anything. I'm in my vehicle. Pull right up to the storage facility, get out, unlock it, get my stuff, get back in the truck, come back. So, yeah, it's kind of like catch 22 thing on that. Josh, I'm back. Good to see you, Josh. I didn't know you were gone. Oh, yeah, it was really quiet. I'm picking on you, brother. I did not see Flash tonight, guys. Flash said that he asked me if I was going to be doing the live stream, but I was late. So that might be why we're missing Flash tonight. When do you think we will see a meat shortage? Going old school, I think we're going to see that within the next 4 months. And I think we're going to see the cultured meat pushed really hard on everybody. We'll see an uptake on the fake meat, the pasta burgers and stuff like that they were pushing before this. I say about 4 months, we're going to start seeing packaged meats pretty much become obsolete. Or the price is going to be so high, you can't afford it. But don't worry, the U.S. government's going to have cultured meat, lab-grown meat made from stem cells. Yeah, that's actually how they make it. You can look it up. They actually use stem cells because it takes tissue to make tissue. And they use stem cells to do that. Now, it's not human stem cells, don't get me wrong. It is actually harvested from animals. But yeah, I see it coming real soon. I could be wrong. I'm thinking it's coming quick, though. I really do. They've been pushing. If you look at the narrative that's being pushed, this whole Green Deal and all this other stuff, they're doing their best to get rid of it. So, get ready for Soylent Green. My ancestry is Scotland. They were pipers. Castle Isle of Mull. My wife would probably know exactly what you're talking about. T. Led Zepp girl. Got the coolest name ever. Led Zeppelin kicked butt. Robert Plant's freaking awesome. I even like Robert Plant stuff when he broke away and did his own little thing. I still like Robert Plant. I'm in a part that sticks out. I'm in the part that sticks out the side of the west coast of Scotland, a bit nearest to Ireland. Okay. Yeah, my family's Irish, Dutch, German, and we got some Native American. And I've heard Cherokee, but I have no proof. I don't know. All I know is that we have really high cheekbones, but that could be anything. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up in the chat here. Hoople's cat, how you doing, buddy? Tofu is very short up here, though. I do not like tofu. There's nothing wrong with tofu. I just don't like tofu. I dated a straight vegan, and when it was Thanksgiving, of course, I've always had a turkey. We're in Oregon. They went to Trader Joe's, her and her mom, and got tofurkey. Never heard of it. I'm thinking it's like a Japanese dish or something like that. Tofu turkey. It looked like a turkey, kind of. Maybe if you're used to eating it, it's not that bad. But when you go straight from Metasaurus, go eat tofurkey, you can definitely taste the difference. I wasn't a fan. Several meat packing facilities closed down in my area. John, how's it going, brother? Definitely appreciate that information. Yeah, definitely see more and more. No Flash tonight. Lois, I don't know where he is. I'm really upset. Not mad. I'm, almost teary-eyed. I just stocked up today from the butcher, Central Banker. Very good plan. It really is. We really need to break our own quarantine. We're not told to stay where we are. We're just told safer at home order here in Florida. We're probably going to go out and just top off our supplies one last time. And we've been doing pretty good sitting right here, just staying off of our preps. Um, we could probably stay just where we are right now, but I don't have a lot of red meat put back because I don't have a lot of frozen, stuff like in a deep freeze or anything like that. Being with this enclosed trailer, we do have the refrigerator, but it doesn't. With that refrigerator, it only brings down the temperature 38 degrees below the ambient temperature of the outside. So, with that being said, if it's 90 degrees, it's only going to be 38 degrees cooler in that refrigerator, unfortunately. So we kind of picked what we're going to put in and stuff. Joe, no deliveries here of groceries. They have been booked solid since before St. Patrick. Guys, if you don't know Joe here, Joe is in New York. He's been keeping us informed on what's been going on and what they've been dealing with every day. Well, almost every day. Usually every time we put up a video, he tries to get some information in here for us. So if you have not met Joe, Joe is up there in New York. So he does have boots on the ground with this. So thankfully, he's not running outside. He's actually smart about what he's doing. Grains will be short. Lois, I've heard the exact same thing. Yeah, I really do believe it. Sherry, phone acting up. Hey, Sherry, I did get your message about your phone acting up on your trying to do your videos and stuff. I don't know what they sent you, but it definitely sounds viral. Like someone sent you a bad program or something like that to be acting up the way it is. All right, Hooples. No new deliveries in Toronto. We had ours in place 15 years ago. Smart. It turned out, yes, Hooples, absolutely. I'm sorry, guys, I missed everybody here. Let me go ahead and hit this right fast. Grant, definitely appreciate that. Stay safe and well, everybody. Absolutely. You definitely be safe over there. Please feel free, if you have time and stuff, to comment in our other videos and stuff like that. I would like to hear more from you. I know my wife would really like to hear more about Scotland and stuff. You can always email us at centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com. My wife would love to get some pictures or anything like that over there in Scotland. Trust me, she really would. Southern Boy Prepper, hard to find chickens for sale here. People are not getting rid of them. You got a good point there. And I do want to point out something else. There's a lot of people I've seen do a push on grabbing spring chickens and things like that, and they have no clue what to do with chickens. They have no setups, no chicken tractors. They go, well, I'm going to free range them. That's a loud truck. They say, well, I'm going to go free range them. It's more to it than just free ranging. I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about at all. That's not what I'm saying. But I've seen this in other chat rooms and stuff. I've seen other people that I've actually talked to say they're just going to free range their chicken. I'm like, do you have chicken feed? No, I'm just going to free range them. You're not just going to set your chicken outside your yard and expect them to survive. One, like let's say our yard, for example. We got all these tomcats. We got foxes running around. Now, I've seen them with my own eyes. I've seen the den. We've got snakes. We got all this stuff in our wooded areas around us. That chicken's not going to last very long. All right. So we've seen that. And I hope that people understand they can't just run and go buy a chicken, throw in their yard and go, okay, I'm good. I'm prepared. And I've actually gotten arguments over this with other people. Not me getting in the argument. I'm just trying to explain to them there's a lot more to it than just getting a chicken. And they get so pissed. And I'm like, I'm just trying to help you. So a lot of those I just walk away from, like, I'm not going to talk about this. Hooples, how's it going? Stay safe, everybody, and don't get freaky. Hooples, I definitely appreciate that, brother. I really do. You guys, everybody that's always done the super chats and stuff has always helped out our channel. Every single one of you that actually watch our videos help out our channel, okay? The super chats are awesome. Like I said on the other video, we did get the membership for the channel, which was actually pretty cool. I was excited about it. I thought, thought it was pretty nice. It turns out I thought maybe the channel was doing really well and their YouTube was going to try to reward me, and I got other people with about the same amount of subscribers as I've got. They go, "Yeah, man, I got the same email too." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not special." But we decided to go ahead and implement it. No one ever has to join to view this channel. What we're going to start doing, like our live stream tonight, it's Friday night. After our normal live stream, I'm going to start doing a members live stream for the members that actually purchase into the show, a show, the channel. All right. So that was just more one-on-one with these individuals. No, again, you don't have to go and do that. I try my best to keep involved with everybody right here on the channel all the time, but that's just a little extra perk we're trying to do for those supporters too. But Hooples, definitely appreciate that, brother. Hey, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows who Hooples Cat is. All right, Hooples Cat is freaking awesome. I'm not going to say I fully agree with everything he says because I'm an arrogant SOB. But Hooples Cat's got a lot of great information, guys. I've always shouted at his channel, even back when I first started and I come across his channel. I believe I come across him at Full Spectrum Survival is where I first come across his channel. He lays it out too flat. He doesn't sit there to go for that that shock moments, clickbaity stuff. Let me draw you in, and he doesn't do that. He doesn't go for the fear porn. He's like what I try to strive to be when I'm trying to talk about things that are going on. Now, sometimes I get a little, uppity, not uppity. That was wrong. I try to project my own fears at times, but not try to be fear pornish. Hooples don't do that. He'll give you the facts straight out. And if you don't like the facts, you just don't like the facts. So I always recommend people go check out Hooples. I really do. And I just saw somebody that I'm a huge admirer of. There he is. Martin Johnson, Off Grid Living, guys. We got bald eagles and hawks here. I think they like chickens. Martin Johnson and his family are in North Idaho, if I remember correctly. They've been doing homesteading up there. I found their channel 6-8 months ago. Love watching their stuff. They just did a video, I believe it was today. Him and his wife, they were doing a competition who could cut the most wood. He was doing the manual axe, and his wife has the log splitter. Now he did win. But he lost in the calorie count. He burned more calories. The reason I like his channel so much is that we are fixing to start homesteading when we get to Wyoming. All right, I watch his stuff. I watch what he's doing. So a lot of the information he's got, I know we're going to run into the same problems. I've downloaded a bunch of his videos, just about all of them, so I can always have a reference to see what was going on. I always highly recommend his videos, guys, especially like homestead and stuff. He brings in his whole family with him. They all work together for the same projects and stuff, which has always been real cool to me. A lot of people don't understand when you go homestead, it's not just one individual when they got a family. Well, I'm a homesteader and forget everybody else. No, they're all on board. They all sharing the same dream. Because I guarantee you, if one of his family members is not on board, it would cause a lot of strife. That just shows how well their families work together for that goal. So I definitely recommend his channel, guys, for anybody, actually everybody, go check that out. Hold on, let me get back in the chat. I know I skipped a lot of people, and I do apologize because I get on rants sometimes, and I don't mean to be. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll through. All right. I don't know if eagle tastes like chicken. It probably does. I've eaten a lot of different birds, and it's all the same texture, I think. All right. Hooples, as a vegan, I find this fear of no meat a bit amusing. I always said most people would be mainly vegans and SHTF. Hooples, you're actually correct on that. I am a Metasaurus. It's a special breed of dinosaur. It mixed with man. Bigfoot ain't got crap on me. All right. I like having meat. You can survive without meat. Now, that's just plain out facts. All right. You can survive without meat. I'm not going to get into the whole evolutionary of man, that we're not really meat eaters and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. But you do have a great point. And especially in SHTF, most people are going to be growing gardens. They're going to be foraging. They're not really going to be doing as much hunting as we would rather like to think we're going to do. And SHTF because a lot of game's not going to be around. But as a homesteader, you can raise your own cattle. You can raise your own sheep, goats, chickens, all that stuff, and you'll have meat. But Hoople, you got a great point there. See what else we got here in the chat, guys. I moved from a huge city to a small town when I was 12. City girl goes to her aunt's and they cut off a chicken. No culture shock. I still remember the first time I ever saw that happen. Chicken took off across the yard. There was a big tub they used as a large wash station for the chickens to jump into the water every now and then when it's too hot. And I was probably 6, and I'm yelling, "He's drowning!" because he fell in. He's missing his head. He's not drowning. Yeah, actually, my dad looked at me and says, "Boy, he ain't got his head." Yeah, I may have been about 6, something like that. I was young. All right, let's see what else we got here. I do apologize if I missed someone's chat. I'm just trying to get caught up here with everything. All right. If a snake corners a chicken in a cage or hut, they try them too. In the open, chickens try to fight back, especially in numbers. Oh, you got a good point. Definitely got a good point on that. Oh, shucks, stop embarrassing me. Hooples, you came over here on my live stream. I'm going to embarrass you, buddy. Actually, I got a lot of respect for you, Hooples. I like a lot of your content. Like I said, I don't agree with everything. That's just because I'm stubborn-headed. That's it. You always make a very good, valid point when you're talking about things. All right. No insect food either. Third Coast Prepper. Now, I've eaten insects. I've had grubs. I've had all kind of different insects. Not really bad. I will tell you this much. Scorpion tastes like dirt. That's just all there is to it. Of course, with a scorpion, you take the stinger off, go down one knuckle past that actual stinger on the end. It's just to be safe. They taste like dirt, even when you're trying to fry them up. But yeah, it's still food. But I don't really like scorpion. Toronto stores basically have no yeast at all. Luckily, I have a ton in Mylar. That is crazy. It's been a while since I've been to our store, so I don't know how the yeast and supplies are. Now, when we went to Walmart that one day, I was showing the lines that they had lined out. They did have food, but I didn't film in there because everybody seemed so panicky. I mean, we had our mask on, we had our gloves on. We stayed away from people, got what we needed before we put it in the truck. We sanitized everything before going into the truck because I don't want someone coughing on a can of beans and I grab it, take it home. Just a little extra precaution. Might not actually have to do that, but we do when we have to go get stuff. But yeah, I didn't check the yeast or anything like that. Let's see here. Just trying to get caught up here, guys. Quail is good. Lisa Jones, absolutely. Quail is delicious. I love it. SHTF supplies issues is the only thing I mean. Oh, I must have missed something there. Love you guys. Sorry, my mom called. I haven't eaten meat for many years. Eat a bunch of peanut butter. Jay Stone. Now, I do like peanut butter. But, yeah, I'm not a vegan. I guarantee you if I went vegetarian or vegan, I'd probably lose a lot of weight. But then again, probably not. That big box of Little Debbie's only lasted me 2 days. So, yeah. I just got to start exercising more. I have lost some weight working in the garden all the time. But I have not been very good. I have been getting hold of snacks and things like that. WV, good to see you, girl. Snafu Snaps, good to see you. Hey, man, did you catch my 1 year anniversary, man? I did a little special treat there on it in honor of that troll I had. I'm waiting for my dehydrator to get here so I can get going on that before there's nothing left. Yeah, dehydrators. I do like dehydrators, guys. I never figured out or ever got a direct answer as far as if a dehydrating jerky and stuff, how long it lasts. I've found anywhere from 4 to 6 months is what the information I found. I have not actually seen it past a year mark, but I could be wrong. All right. I've never actually had anybody tell me that their jerky that they've dehydrated themselves and sealed up has lasted a year. Um, if you've had that experience, please feel free to let us know that. I personally have not come across that yet. Jason, thank you for putting that link up. And yes, she is right. This Sunday, guys, I will be over there on WV. We'll be discussing what we were talking about earlier. I didn't give everything away, WV. I was just talking about some of the highlights that we will be discussing on your show Sunday. Hooples, I don't agree with all my viewers. Always cool to hear a different point of view, even though if it makes some people mad. Well, you're just an agitator and an instigator, Hooples. We all know it. Well, by the way, while I'm thinking of it, how is your mother's dad? Is he doing better? I know you told me that he had to go to the hospital there, and of course, hospital quarantine. You can't really go anywhere, but hopefully everything is doing very well on that end. All right, what else we got here in the chat? I want to see you skin some animals. Snafu, I wish I could. I do know that is a strict taboo on the platform, unfortunately. Anything graphic like that, they do not like. I know that for a fact. I wish I could. But then again, I'm not doing any hunting right now. I mean, even the traps and stuff that we set, I always take them down because I really have no need to set anything up. He's got a sore knee. Now they are locked in their rooms. Lost yard exercise, really. Doing a bit on them this weekend. Okay, Hooples, I'd like to see that video too. I'll keep an eye out for it. Locked in their rooms. That sucks. Get dehydrators, auction and scavengers. Maybe try a company in Seattle has a website called Guess and Care Incorporated. They make the ones that are in store-bought beef jerky. All right, Grant, that's actually a good idea. I didn't think about actually trying to go with the commercial auction absorbers and stuff. That's a good idea. Vegetables are vacuum sealed 10 years, fruit 5 years, dehydrated, or Mylar bags. Donna D. Oh, there's Donna D. Donna D, good to see you. I didn't even see you come in. Hold on, guys. Let me double check our chat here so I didn't miss anybody. I probably did. I probably missed a lot of you guys, and I do apologize for that. Tina, how's it going? Good to see you. I have to go. Be safe. Happy everyone. It's only the end of the world. Hooples. All right, buddy. Definitely take it easy. All right. So what else we got here? I believe I'm caught up. Now, if I missed you guys, I do apologize. Make sure you re-put that comment in the chat so I can catch it again. All right. So good to store dry items. They are Florida-based. Oh, speaking of Florida-based, I don't know why this pops in my head. I don't know if you remember me doing the tilling video for the garden. I found those tubers that look like rattlesnake rattlers. It is a Florida turnip, or called rattlesnake weed, and there's actually an actual technical name for it. They're edible. Supposedly, they're pretty much tasteless. If anything, they might taste like a turnip. I have not tried it myself, but I did do some research on it. I did find out what they were. But yeah, they're all over here. Supposedly, they're like a turnip. So I know when I ran that tiller through there and all those rattlers looking things came up out of the ground, I just knew I got me a rattlesnake den for sure. I was backing up. I was ready to get nailed. Lois, night all. Good catch and CFP. Lois, definitely take care. Yeah, we're about to wrap up, guys, so I can go ahead and get started with our membership chat here in just a minute. Um, Again, guys, like I said, I wanted to keep our normal Friday night streams. I'm definitely glad you guys actually stepped in here with us. Again, this Sunday, we're going to be over at WV's channel. Um, as long as everything still goes good, and we're going to be doing a live stream, I'll be able to do collaboration with her on her channel over there. So definitely want to see you guys over there because we're going to get into some pretty deep stuff. Um, right now, we're exchanging information so we can get well read up on what we need to be talking about. That way, you don't have me standing there going, we don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to get well versed in what we're going to be talking about. Now I've got a huge bug on the screen here. Hold on. Ow! He bit me. Oh well. He's underneath the and a mute button for some reason. Sorry. Nice hanging out with you. Have a great night. Martin Johnson, I definitely appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Again, guys, if you have not went to his channel, please do. You won't regret it. They got great family. They got a lot of great energy. They get you laughing pretty good. They know their stuff. And when he doesn't know his stuff, you know when you don't. No, I'm completely picking on you, man. Love his channel. You guys definitely need to go check him out. Time Sunday. Lisa, it will be on my time, 8 o'clock, but me and WV have an hour different. There it is, 9 p.m. Sunday Eastern. That's the time. So it'll be 8 o'clock my time. So 9 o'clock her time is when I'm going to be on. So definitely want to see you guys there. Led Zepp girl, have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe out there. You too. Definitely appreciate you being here. I'm so glad you've been commenting more in the comment section. Always love to hear from you. Grant, 9 p.m. Boston time. Now, Boston. All right. And if I miss someone's comment, I do apologize, guys. You can always make sure, you can always put a question and stuff like that in the comment section. I read every single one of them. So if you do have questions and I miss one, put it in there, guys, so I can read it later, and I'll try to get the correct answer for you. So if I missed you guys, I do apologize for that. And I definitely am glad I got to see everyone tonight. Sherry, I'm glad you were able to make it. I am so sorry your phone has been giving you problems. I did get your message. Again, it sounded like you got someone slipped a virus into your phone somehow. It's a lot of mean people out there. It really is. All right, guys. Y'all take care. For the members, stick around. I will put up a new link into the members community section so you can click on it for the next live stream. All right, guys. You take care. And again, I appreciate every single one of you for being here.